Hey everybody, my name is Sierra and welcome to Forgotten Recipes. Today we will be making ants climbing on trees, not to be confused with ants on a log, which is celery, peanut butter, and raisins. Ants climbing on trees is a Szechuanese dish that is supposedly named because it bears the resemblance of ants climbing on trees. It is a noodle dish made with a sesame ginger sauce and minced pork. And today's recipe comes from one of my favorite cookbooks, The Food of the World, over 450 classic recipes. Now with a cookbook this big, it is very, very difficult to get through even a fraction of these. But this recipe is one that I've been wanting to make, and I thought it was a pretty simple one to start with today. Okay, 404. Remember 404. Now after looking the recipe over, there are a few modifications. I will have the original recipe in the description box along with all the modifications we make. Now with modifications, I mean all the recipes in here are quite authentic and not everything is readily available. For instance, bean thread noodles. I actually had a very difficult time locating these without going to a specialty shop, so I will be substituting with just rice noodles. And also the recipe calls for minced pork or beef. I've chosen to use ground pork just because, well, it's easier. And the recipe also calls for chili bean paste, which I am not a huge fan of. So I will be using sweet chili sauce instead. Now here's the rest of the ingredients you will need. The ingredients you need are dry white wine, soy sauce, rice noodles, sesame oil, ground pork, oil, fresh ginger, garlic, sweet chili sauce, scallions, and for the sauce you will need sesame oil, soy sauce, dry white wine, salt, and sugar. First, let's bring a pot of water to a boil. Once boiling, turn off the heat and add the noodles. Make sure the noodles are completely submerged. If not, don't worry. Heat some water in the microwave to add to the pot. And simply cover the noodles and let sit for 10 minutes. Now on to the sauce. Combine 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of dry white wine, half a tablespoon of salt, half a tablespoon of sugar, half a tablespoon of sesame oil, and 1 cup chicken broth. Now stir until the salt and sugar are completely dissolved. By now your noodles should be done. So drain your noodles and just let them sit until later. So let's get to chopping. Finely chop 2 whole scallions, including the green. Just keep chopping, chopping, chopping. Peel the ginger. You can also use a potato peeler to peel the ginger, but for me it's just easier to use the knife. Once your ginger is peeled, finely chop 1 tablespoon of ginger. I love the smell of fresh ginger. Smell-o-vision. Now we want to chop 1 clove of garlic. The easiest way to get the skin off a clove of garlic is to smash it with the broadside of a knife. Now, I hate chopping garlic with a knife. Instead, I will use this handy dandy contraption. This is a 3-in-1 garlic press from Sharper Image. I will leave it linked below. And voila! Your garlic is chopped. Heat a wok. If you don't have a wok, heat a really big pan on high heat with 1 tablespoon of oil. And then add your pork, or whatever meat you decide to use. You want to make sure it cooks evenly, so you want to keep mashing and separating until it is evenly separated. So keep mashing. Yep, keep going. Once your pork is cooked, move it to the side. You can also make a well in the middle if you are using a wok, but since I am not using a wok, I found it easier to move it to one side. Then you want to add your previously chopped scallions. Your ginger. Your garlic, and also 1 tablespoon of chili sauce. You want to cook that for about 5 seconds before adding the pork back in. And once you add the pork back in, toss it until it is evenly distributed throughout the pork. Once all your pork is evenly coated, add your sauce that we made earlier. And just give your pork a quick stir into the sauce. Now it's time for the noodles. Now toss everything together until your noodles are evenly coated. I find using tongs make this task a lot easier. And just keep tossing. And continue to toss. Once your noodles are evenly coated, reduce heat to a medium-high and let simmer for 8 minutes. After the 8 minutes are up, you can add some freshly chopped scallions on top as you serve it. And there you go, ants climbing trees. Let me know in the comments below if you want to try it out or if you have and how it turned out. And next week I will start the schedule of posting a new recipe every Wednesday, so be sure to join us next week while we discover another forgotten recipe. Thanks for watching. Bye.